Before we start this video, a little note from post editor me. I apologize for how quickly the animated GIF is going. This is the fastest I could edit the speedrun without the video itself getting weird and laggy. I think for future videos I will have to remove the GIF so it's easier to edit videos. But no worries, for you can always see this little animation of me doodling and at the speed it should be going on by going on Twitch when I livestream. Alright, that should be it. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone. It is I, Amatus Art, but you can just call me Ama for short. I notice my Twitch chat calling me that sometimes, so yeah, I'll keep it. It's kind of nice, kind of endearing in a way, because it reminds me of how I call my mom in Spanish. Cause yes, sometimes I'm too lazy to say mama. What can I say? Okay, I'm getting way off track already. Alright, I told myself I'd get it on with YouTube, but last time I checked, I posted about a month ago. Whoops, sorry about that. Plus, not only that, I've been thinking hard about how to start talking about my life. There are so many stories I can talk about. The good, the bad, the experiences, and the lessons learned. But considering I am an artist out here showing my art, I think I could go ahead and start with that, shall we? But before I start, here's what I'm drawing today. So today, I'm working on my Gwen fan art. To be honest, I did this sketch a long time ago during a live stream, but I forgot about it. Such an artist thing to do, huh? Start a project and forget about it as you start a new one. You might see this as a recurring pattern throughout my life, as I tell you. Yeah, anyways, here's my progress for the line art and the coloring, so I hope you have fun. And okay, now, story time. Let's start with my art journey. So I feel everyone's art journey could technically start in childhood. We as children tend to be more curious and creative, I believe. But it's whether or not a person decides to continue on that calling that is unique to each and every person. For example, for me, like any child, I would doodle here and there. I mean, sometimes I see my niece just scribble with a bunch of colors. Okay, that's besides the point. I'm just out here having a good old time, you know? But then when I became like from 7 to like 10 in age, I kinda forgot about it. It didn't interest me during that time. I guess. I don't know why. I feel like that time period, everything became a blur. But I remember getting lost when I was 6. I got lost a bunch of times. Okay, anyways, besides the point. I don't know. I was busy with other things, I guess. Or not remembering it all. This is a problem. Okay. But I do remember vividly what awoke in that interest, that spark and love for art again. So I think roughly when I was like 11, I got a DSi for my birthday. I won't assume everyone knows what that is. And gosh, I feel old saying that. But it's a handheld console that Nintendo created. I think it came out after the original DS console, if I remember correctly. At first, I would play games like any other person with a console would. I was aware they had other things installed within the console, like the photo app, and to create, I think, memes and play with like your boys. If you know, you know. But among those things, was something kind of, I would kind of call it like an app, I guess. I guess there were apps. I don't know what to call them. What would you call them? Anyways, it was this thing called Flipnote Studio. I would open it from time to time, see the example animations it had, and I'm like, huh, cool. Forgets about it, but didn't think much about it. I think it was until I realized they had a website called Flipnote Hatena that caught my interest. I remember being such a goody two-shoes child and actively asking permission from my mom to make an online account because you know those websites back in the day or even today. I mean, I feel like nobody really like what would you call it? Like listens to the guidelines, but I took the rules very seriously. And it said if you were under the age of 18, you must ask permission from the parents. And so that's what I did. Where was I? Okay. Yeah, like I said, I took the rules quite seriously back then. But yeah, I made my account and entered the website. And let me tell you, when I saw the animations done there and posted there, I was amazed. I was in love. I saw so many cool animations. And I was amazed the average person could do such cool animations. I thought only professionals could do that, from like the cartoons you would see out on TV. So then it hit me, and I thought, so I can do this too? So with great spark, inspiration, and motivation, Flipnote Studio and Hatena became my life. Mind you, when I first started making Flipnotes, I couldn't draw all that well. I was your average person who could only really draw stick figures. But hey, my creativity didn't stop me there. So my first animations, or rather like videos if you could even call them that, were silly skits called The Adventures of Bob and Allie. Yeah, I would say it like that and everything. There were two stick figure buddies. Bob was kind of silly and naive, and Allie was more grumpy and serious. It's not like my videos were popular by any means, but it was a start. Eventually, I saw that MVs were popular in Flipnote Hatena. So slowly but surely, I created my own MVs. And by the way, when I say MVs, I mean like music videos. I mean, I would say AMVs, but according to like my partner, he says that when you say AMV, you think more those like edited like anime clips that you would see like in YouTube back in the early days. But anyways, the first ones that I did were rough because again, I couldn't draw to save my life. But I was having a blast, and honestly, that's how I got introduced to most of my favorite bands and music. Shout out to all of those Monster by Skillet MVs I saw back in the day. The point is, I was obsessed with making animations, whether it was my cringy MVs or when I eventually had a comic idea and also the comic chapters through Flipnotes. I was hyper fixated. I ended up making about roughly 50 short MVs and did about 18 chapters of my comic. I'll post it on Flipnote Hatena. I would come after school, do my homework and other responsibilities, and then work on Flipnote Studio. Sometimes my mom would catch me still awake past my bedtime on my DSi and would take it away from me. I find it funny because you would think it's because I was playing games, but no, I was just animating. As I kept making more and more flips, I could see how both my art skills and animation skills were improving like side by side. And that's honestly pretty cool and unique to see, I feel. If I'm being quite honest, this was the happiest time of my life. I found a passion in me, something to look forward to. I even started thinking of making this my college career. More on that later though. Cause man, did I feel my world crumbling down when Nintendo decided to shut down Flipnote Hatena in around 2013, if I remember correctly. I was so heartbroken. That's where I met some really cool people and started to form like a little community of my own. I started to get like super fans for my comic too. Like it was nice. I kind of felt like that intense spark to anime dying. Because looking back, Flipnote Studio was the only place I knew how to animate and was able to share it. It was pretty simple to understand and easy to post straight to Flipnote Hatena. I know there was YouTube back then, but I don't think I was able to export the audio of the animations. And honestly, I was not tech savvy whatsoever. If anything, during that period, I don't think like I even had a computer or a laptop. I mean, we were broke. What can we do? My first time watching YouTube videos was through my Wii consoles. For gosh sakes. I was not like, when they mentioned like MySpace, I was not during that. I knew it existed, but I wasn't part of it because I didn't have a laptop back then, okay? Eventually, years later, I got the 3DS when I heard they were making a Flipnote Studio version for it. I think the download period for Flipnote Studio in the 3DS was for a limited time, so I was like, it's now or never. So I got it, and luckily this version was able to export your Flipnotes with the audio attached to it. Still, without Flipnote Hatena, it just didn't feel the same. I did manage to make some animations on the 3DS and uploaded them on YouTube, but if you scroll far enough to see them on my account, you can tell they lose a lot of their quality, unfortunately. So yeah, all of those changes did kind of dull my spark for animation. But hey, I still had a pencil and paper, so I kept drawing. I drew my characters from my comic constantly. I was heavily influenced by Sonic the Hedgehog, as I've been obsessed with it ever since I was like 6 years old. And so I would try to draw in that style. And let me tell you, drawing Sonic style, like props to all the good like fan art artists for Sonic, because trying in that style, I find it so hard to do. Especially back then. I don't know what little teenage me was thinking. Like, I looked some of those drawings and ooh, they were cringy. So yeah, I would draw in that style, or at least try to. By middle school, I got into anime, mainly because I noticed on, back in YouTube when they had the like anime episodes like part 20, part 30 or something, like they were all divided in like 3 video sections of the episodes. And I found this old anime I used to watch when I was little called like Mew Mew Power. So I rewatched that, and then I saw another anime I also remember watching on TV called Inuyasha, and from there I was gone. I became a weeb. I became a nerd. Anyways, so I started drawing a lot in anime style, or at least tried to. To think I was so proud of those drawings back in the day, but I look at them now and laugh and cringe hard. And even though that spark in animation was dull, it never fully went away. I was still determined since middle school I was going to go into animation as a career. I started doing my research. I tried to look for local stuff and found an animation class taught by a small local studio. It was so niche, I was essentially the only student in most classes. But hey, at least I started to learn some animation tricks in Flash, now called Adobe Anime. I believe so. But yeah, I feel I'm starting to get more into the career path territory, so I think I shall save that topic for another video. For those who stayed and listened throughout the whole video, thank you so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a wonderful time and enjoyed the drawing process and me just rambling about my life. Hopefully it makes you feel like you have some company while you're working on your own stuff. And here should be around the final result for when you want to hear more story times and or tips about any specific topic. Don't forget to give a like and a comment down below. Also, if you like to subscribe and hit the bell notification, you're more than welcome to. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye!